Today is the first time I can speak to you properly about the murder of Henry Nowak in Southampton after a jury convicted his killer. First and foremost, this is an unspeakable tragedy, and I cannot begin to imagine what Henry's family have suffered. We've not spoken about this before today, as it was vitally important to us that nothing be published which could prejudice the trial and prevent justice from happening. I am deeply sorry that Henry could not be saved. I'm sorry that in the moments before he lost consciousness, he had been handcuffed and arrested. The facts heard in court should leave no doubt in anyone's mind who was lying to officers that night and why we didn't immediately understand what had happened. During the 999 call, when officers first arrived at the scene, and even when Henry's condition was deteriorating quickly, his killer continued to divert the blame, obstruct our inquiries, and never admit the serious harm which had been done. I understand that there were many questions about what happened on the night of Wednesday, the 3rd of December 2025. In those moments, the officers who attended didn't have all of the information we have today. They were called to a report of an assault and told a man was being detained at the scene. These details were immediately repeated to officers as they arrived. The attending officers sought to take control of a complex situation, and based on what they had been told, they placed Henry in handcuffs and told him he was under arrest. But within 3 minutes of arriving, they realised the severity of his condition, the handcuffs were removed, an ambulance was called, and they started CPR. The horrendous injuries Henry suffered were internal. The pathologist's evidence at court was clear. Sadly, nothing we could have done that night would have saved him. His wound was difficult to find and had caused a significant amount of internal bleeding. As people worked to try and save him, 3 people were arrested at the scene, including the man now convicted of his murder. A 4th person was arrested at a nearby address. My officers responded swiftly to a situation which was confusing and unclear, and within minutes were giving Henry first aid and trying to save his life. The following day, we referred the incident to the Independent Office of Police Conduct, who've been conducting an independent investigation into our response. We are committed to acting on their findings. Henry Nowak was an 18-year-old who had his whole future in front of him. That future has been cut short through a senseless attack. Today, the person who's responsible for killing Henry has rightly been convicted of his murder.